We are live. So, welcome along, my dear Facebook friends, to another fabulous HIT class. Now, you'll notice I'm in a beautiful new salon, and I'm just waiting for my friend Alexandra to join me. Oh, here she is.
Oh, hello.
Alexandra, thank you so much.
I'm very rich these days, so you can see all my pearls.
Are those new pearls?
They are. You see, ever since introducing service groups, I've just been making so much money.
Do you know what? I
What?
honestly introduced service groups last week and I have never had so much time on my hands. I have literally done a full new fit out of my beautiful salon because I just don't have to do the hassle of, rebooking clients for the right appointments since I've started using my service groups. It's changed my life.
Darling, service groups are just amazing. They've been life-changing in my business. People just used to book cheap and simple services, but now with service groups, they're booking 4 services at a time and I get to give them the best experience ever. It's amazing and I'm rolling in it. It's fantastic. I don't know why more businesses don't do it. I don't understand.
Honestly, my life, it's just so much easier. I have so much more time.
I agree.
I cannot explain how much I would recommend using service groups, let alone the extra cash that it's been bringing in for me, my bougie salon.
I know what you mean, darling. I know.
So I think, are we going to give away the secrets today around why service groups have given us all that they have?
You know what,
Are we willing?
Lou? I completely agree. I think it's time to share our money-making and time-saving secrets with our audience today.
Willing to share.
So, shall I share my secrets?
Please, Miss Alexandra. I think that the world needs to know our secrets. Let's do it.
Everybody. Here are the secrets. Service groups are life-changing. First of all, your customers are booking online. They've only got service groups to choose from instead of having so many different services that they could choose from, and they're booking the wrong ones, and that's just a nightmare. And I know that so many people are turned off turning on online booking because they're just like, my clients, they're just going to book everything wrong. I can't trust them to book appointments themselves, so I just have to have it like do all of this myself and I have to do all this admin. But that's just not the case. When you have service groups, it changes everything. It means that your clients can see what they need to book in. It's as simple as, for example, let's say you're a hairdresser. There is absolutely no point in you having individual services online because it means that your clients have to look at that and think, okay, what do I need for my appointment? So if, for example, having a toner by itself wouldn't make a lot of sense because no one comes in, gets a toner and walks out. They get a toner and they get a blow dry. So those are the services that you want to group together. And it's a money-making thing as well, particularly with your new clients. They're booking online. You want to give them the most amazing service. There's no point for them coming in for a quick 5-minute cheap and cheerful appointment and not experiencing all that you have to offer. By putting a couple of service in a group, not in a service group, not only are you making more money, you're providing your client with a better experience, and it means that you're able to do your best work. For example, here's something that you might want to consider. A really, really good example for a service group in the beauty industry is an eyebrow tint and shape. Now, if someone just comes in for a shape, they're not going to probably have the best eyebrows afterwards. However, if they come in for a tint and a shape, then they're going to have amazing eyebrows, or whatever it may be. There are so many services that you can pair together, and we've got a couple that you can have a look at to see what service groups you might want to put together in the blog. So we've got a couple of examples there. But yes,
I was just going to add on to like a really nice way of thinking about service groups is it's like you get to be a bit of a salesperson when you don't actually when you're not actually physically there. You're almost putting a bit of your salesperson self into your online booking, and you're able to upsell along that journey with the client without even physically being there. you're sort of able to make those changes to just, start planting the seed of new types of services, new types of treatments, new packages to put together. Sometimes clients will come along and they will feel like being a bit more pampered, but they're not too sure what type of services would go together. And so I feel like there's a lot of benefits around being able to really be with your client throughout the journey and customize that journey when you're not even physically talking, walking them through it or being in person, making that booking for them. You're almost able to put yourself into that online booking experience a little bit more.
100% enables you to sell more, and it enables you to really sell the experiences that you want to give, rather than letting the client to just pick whatever journey they want to go in. For new clients, you might want to ensure that one of the first bookings they have with you is a booking where they get a blow dry, or a booking where they get this or that, whatever it may be. Whatever you put in your service scopes, it's a great way to make sure that your new clients are booking exactly what you want them to book. Because if you're rebooking existing clients, they're probably not going to be the main people who are using your online booking. However, it's your new clients who come to you from online. It makes sure that they're booking everything correctly that first time. Plus, as a new client, you want to make sure that that new client is having the best customer experience ever. So making their online booking easy for them, and making sure that when they've booked online, that you don't have to call them and move their appointment because they booked in the wrong things and they actually need more time. So by setting up service groups, you're genuinely creating the best experience for a new client. And just for your clients in general, you're making it so easy to book online, particularly if you're introducing online booking. Also, one more thing I will add is it makes sure that the customers who are booking online are paying the right amount of deposit. So for example, if you've got a client who's booking online for, let's say, like a facial and some waxing as well, if they forget one of the things that they always have each time, and then all of a sudden want it in the appointment, they haven't paid probably the right amount of deposit that they need, or that you need to receive from them. And also, if you tried to fit it all in that appointment, you might be rushing at the end, so you're not providing your best experience either. So service groups, hands down, they are amazing. And Lou's going to take you through a demo today, and we swear by them. They work so well in so many industries, and we're going to show you how you can put them up the top of your online booking so that your clients are more likely to pick them. We're going to show you how you can create them, which is super, super duper easy. And we're going to show you how you can see how it looks in your online booking.
Awesome.
One more tip here before I pass on to Lou is that when you have service groups and you're introducing a service groups, you might want to do to some of your individual services that would never, ever, ever be booked just by themselves. For example, like a toner at a salon, you would want to make that individual services not available to be booked online, and just have it as part of service groups, such as a toner and a blow wave, or even, for example, a fringe trim and a blow wave. So just making sure that those are paired up will just give you it helps you make more money, it helps your client book the right thing, and it helps make sure that you have the right amount of time in your calendar. And you know what, I'm going to pass on to Lou now, because we can go into the demo.
All right, let's do it. So very first thing I'm going to take you through is how to actually set up this service group in your Timely account. So we've got here, we're inside the web version of Timely. Now, like always, we're going to go straight up to the setup tab up the top. Now, from there, I'm going to select the services option. So we're just jumping up to setup, selecting services. Now, rather than my usual button of add a service, I'm going to add a service group. So like Alex has explained, it's just a group, a particular group of our services put together with a special name and a special description. So we're going to click that one there. Now I'm going to add in my service group name and description, and I'm also going to select which category this is going to sit under. So when my client comes to do the online booking, when they select the eyes as a category and they're wanting to come in for some eye services, they will see now it being an option that says all about eyes. And they'll see the description of what this service package in a way is. Now, very, very, very important. You must tick the web checkbox beneath here, which says customers can book this service group online. That does need to be checked for it to be available for people to book online. So once we have done that part of the setup, we just want to scroll down a little bit and we're going to choose which services are going to be included. So for this one, I've got my brow tint. Now, automatically, that will have my time, the duration of my usual individual brow tint, as well as if it already has any padding or processing. Now, when you come in here, I'm going to select, let's say here, we've got my brow tint, my brow shape, eyelash tint, and also my lash lift. Now, I may find I need to adjust the duration of those services slightly because when they are had individually, I have a bit of time for my welcoming the client in, potentially for doing a little bit more setup. Now, when I'm doing them all together, I don't need to do that in between. So I'm going to drop this down to 15 minutes rather than 30 for the brow shape. Awesome. Now, I can also add on any of my padding or processing times that I need either in between, or likely it's just going to be that padding time on the last service so that I've got that time to clean my station and make it hygienic for the next person. Awesome. So once we've done that, we can see how long it's going to take and the cost. We save it. And now what you can see is that we're in the category of the eyes under my services. And right down the bottom there, I've got all about eyes. Now, I don't want it to come up right down the bottom. I want it to come up the top. So I'm going to reprioritize the order that these services show in my online booking. Now, just to pause here for 1 second. Whatever the order is that is in your Timely account, that is the order that will show online for your clients. So I want my clients, I want it to be the very first option that they see, because that is going to mean before they even consider the individual services, they're going to check out what this new service group is. So we've brought that right up the top. Now, that's my prioritization. Now, what I'm going to show you is yeah.
Put your money-making services at the top, your most popular and money-making services at the top. So that's your service groups.
Yes, absolutely. And just before I show you what it looks like to the client. So what I've done in this one is I've done my brow tint, my brow shape, my eyelash tint, and my eyelash lift. Now, if, let's say, a brow shape maybe, or a brow tint, let's say, on its own, doesn't make me much money and it costs a lot, I might decide that I'm going to turn off my brow tint so that it actually has to be booked in a service group. Now, obviously this will not work for all services. Some you will need to allow to be booked individually, but like Alex was explaining before, if it's like a toner, if it's for your hair and it's a toner or a certain treatment and you know that needs to be booked with a blow wave or a wash, you can then go and turn that individual service off so that it's going to remove the risk of people booking that on its own without adding on the extra services it needs to be paired with. So obviously, this will all need to be set up based on what your business offers. So have a wee bit of a time and a wee bit of a play around to come in and figure out what you can group together. And one of the best ways you can do that, take a look at what clients are booking in together, what clients are actually booking together, and use that for inspiration on what sort of things you can group. All right. So once we've created our service groups, we're actually going to check out how it looks for the client. So back up to setup and we're going to select booking buttons. Now that's under the promote section. Once I come in here, I scroll right to the bottom of the page and I'm going to click the book now button next to my preview. Now this one here is set up as a widget. So first off, when clients come in, they'll book the location, then they will choose the service. As soon as my client opens the eyes category, they will see that service group there, and when they tick that service group, I've got my beautiful description explaining eyebrow wax and tint to frame the face with an eyelash tint and lift to open the eyes. The perfect treatment to knock minutes off your beauty routine every morning. Now, that is definitely going to catch some people's eyes. They're going to think, what is all about the eyes? What is that? So you're going to grab more of this type of booking opposed to ones that might just be a brow shape and tint. Awesome. Once the client has selected that, they're just going to continue with that normal booking process. If you've got a deposit set up, they'll pay that. And then that booking there will pop into your calendar with all 4 services with the perfect amount of time and duration for each of them when they are being booked together, and any padding and processing time. So no need to manually adjust anything. It's come through perfectly. Awesome.
I was just going to say, Lou, I know at the moment a lot of people, particularly in Victoria where Lou and I are based, are really struggling. And businesses, when you are able to open, I highly recommend using as many service groups as you can, so that when you are taking bookings and online bookings, it's worth your time because you're getting bookings that are actually making you money.
Absolutely. Awesome. Now, just before we wrap things up, to let you know what we've got on next week, we have another HITT class, which is again on Monday, and it is going to be all about life-changing SMS campaigns. So we've got some awesome things to share. Please do join us and let us know if you're going to turn on service groups and if you get to make your salon as bougie as Alex and I, because you've got extra time and extra cash. We would love to hear your success stories. Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone, and keep an eye out on our socials for some awesome extra events that we have on this week. You can check them out in our events tab on Facebook as well. Cool. Have a lovely day and evening. Bye.
Bye.